Welcome to my podcast, Conversations with My Clients. I have had some awesome conversations with my clients today, but I thought one of them in particular would make a really good podcast episode because we were just chatting for ages. And actually, it was on a topic that I think a lot of people can relate to, and therefore the advice might be helpful for a lot of people as well. So basically, my client was talking to me. Ideally, they would like to lose 5 kgs. Now, I think the amount of fat loss that this client wants to achieve is totally doable in the time frame that they are hoping to achieve it within. However, in order to achieve this fat loss goal, they do need to make some changes to their diet. Now, we talked about how they structure their day of eating, and it's actually pretty good. What we realized is that it was the late night snacking that was causing an issue for this client. So we had a chat and basically realized that it is completely unsustainable to say, just stop snacking at night. This person works long hours, they come home late at night and are often quite hungry. So to actually just say, don't do it, isn't really an option. It's not realistic. And I think the thing with fat loss, to do it successfully, but to also maintain that fat loss successfully, it has to be done in a way that is not too restrictive to your life. So we discussed a few different strategies that they might try, one of which was trying to swap the snacks that they were eating for something else that is equally yummy but lower in calories. So for example, we're talking about swapping things like cake to swapping for something sweet but also quite nutritious and lower in calories, such as a nice flavored yogurt with some fruit. I also suggested maybe a little squirt of maple syrup on top just to add some sweetness in order to make this person feel like they're still getting their sweet treat and they're still having a nice satisfying snack before they go to bed, just with probably a third of the calories. Another strategy that we talked about, and one that the reason why I wanted to record the podcast really is around portion control. They were finding that once they got started on something, they couldn't stop easily. So the example we were talking about was a big bag of chips or crisps if you're in the UK. So you get the big bags, I guess, are supposed to be for sharing. Once you start on those, if you're hungry and tired and fancy a snack, it is so hard to stop because that crunch, the saltiness, it's just delicious, if we're honest. So it's really hard to stop. So one of the strategies I suggested was to keep eating the chips, but instead of buying the big bag, buy one of those packs that has lots of smaller packs inside. That way, you're allowing yourself the chips because it's not the chips that are the problem, it's the amount of chips that are the problem. So you can have your packet of chips, you can sit down and you can have your packet, you can eat them, enjoy them, and stop. And this was the trick. We talked about the stop. Because if you are going to go and get more chips, you actually have to make that conscious decision that you have to go to the cupboard, get another packet, take it, open it. While all of this is happening, you've got time to kind of say to yourself, do I really want to be eating these chips? I've just had a bag of chips. They were really nice. I enjoyed them. I know that I want to lose 5 kilos. Do I really want to be doing this? Sometimes you might say, yep, I do want these chips so bad, and you'll have the chips. But other times you might say, actually, that stop was enough time for me to make a more informed decision. So portion sizes is really important. It's not about cutting out all of the things that you love, but it's about moderating things, especially if they are higher in calories. Another example that we talked about, they like the Magnums, but the one with all of the caramel in, which again is really delicious. But what might be a better option is not to cut the Magnum out completely, but next time they go to the supermarket, maybe buy one of the little mini Magnums or switch it for one of the Magnums that is just the plain chocolate so it doesn't have all of the extra stuff as well. So you're probably saving a few calories there as well. Another one is the size of the things that you buy. So obviously I just talked about the mini magnums, but another problem was having 3 medium milky coffees per day. I mentioned about switching to a lower calorie milk, which was a no-go because it does affect the flavor. Fair enough. But actually reducing the size as well. So if you're ordering a medium of something, can you have a small? It's these little things that add up over time. And it just means that you're not changing your diet too much, which makes it unenjoyable and therefore unsustainable. The more we restrict ourselves and the more we cut things out, the more we want those things and the less likely we are to actually stick with it. End up binging on those things, feeling like we've ruined everything, and then we just don't make any progress at all. So if you are looking to drop some kilos, maybe you can look at using some of those strategies. So we're talking about switching for lower calorie options. We're talking about switching to individually portioned options for especially the snacky things. And we're also talking about reducing your portion sizes when it comes to buying things as well. So hopefully that is helpful. If you have any questions about this, please reach out and let me know, and I'd love to talk. Or if this is something that you need help with, I do work online, so you can contact me and you can work with me from anywhere in the world. So reach out and I look forward to hearing from you.